Okay, I'd like to call this meeting of the Hendersonville Public Safety Committee, November the 10th. Oh no, November 10th, December the 15th. Open for business and for nomination of candidates for chairman and vice chairman of this committee.
I'd like to make a nomination.
Alderman Petrelli, make a nomination, please, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. I'd like to nominate Alderman Campbell for chairman and Alderman Edwards for vice chairman.
Thank you, ma'am. I don't know if we can do it in one sweep like that, but we'll ask. Can we do chairman and vice chairman together?
If it gets Bradley? 2 votes.
Okay, sir.
Well, I'll second, but I would like to first defer and see if Alderman Petrelli, if you want to serve as vice chairman, I would be happy to vote for you as vice chairman.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Are you sure?
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
All right.
So
well,
I will, I guess, defer. I will kindly
decline the nomination.
Decline the nomination, but I will second for Pat Campbell to serve as chairman.
Okay.
Well, thank you, sir. All right. And I'll second for Alderman Vice Chairman Petrelli to serve as Vice Chairman of Public Safety if she'd accept.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right. We have a motion on the floor for myself, Pat Campbell, to be Chairman of Public Safety Committee and Vice Chairman Petrelli to be Vice Chairman of Public Safety Committee. All in favor of that motion, please say aye when I call your name, please, since we are under a Zoom meeting protocol. Alderman Edwards.
Aye.
Thank you. Alderman Petrelli.
Aye.
And the chair is aye as well. All right. I took care of that business. Any other motions that need to be made at this time?
Any updates from police or fire?
Yes. Any updates? Assistant Chief Jones, I know you're here. I saw you a moment ago. I don't know if Mickey's here or not. I haven't seen him in the crowd.
Yeah, he wasn't feeling real well, so he's not on here tonight.
That's fine.
Yeah, pretty much we're just trying to maintain operations. I think y'all may be aware we have gone back to the same protocols that we were utilizing earlier in the year around March. As
Yes,
far
sir.
as shutting down the building to outside personnel. We do have a few employees that are currently sick with COVID. And oddly enough, it's several of our civilian staff. So, but as far as answering calls and continuing to do business, we're moving on as normal.
All right. Well, that's great to hear. And how about the fire department?
We're doing good. We got one out on COVID. We're working kind of in a split shifts just to maintain operations. Of course, that doesn't affect service calls or anything like that. And then ServPro started cleaning stations today. They got 3 of them done. They're going to finish up 3 of them tomorrow, start on Public Works and Parks buildings. And then they're moving to HPD and City Hall on Friday. I've already talked to Chief Miller about it. So it'll kind of help with PD being kind of locked down, except for the desk officer there. That way they can get in there and clean. So I don't know what time yet, but I'll let Chief Miller know or whoever, so somebody can be there to let them in on both those buildings as well. And then City Hall, hopefully somebody can get them in the building after 5 o'clock if that's the time they choose to do that.
All right, sir. I appreciate the updates. Any other information that needs to be shared with the committee at this time? I did hear about the LPR cameras being taken out there to Main Street. I was just curious if had any updates on that situation, or if it's just in the process of going through the proper paperwork to be repaired and be replaced.
I'll let Commander Hartsmeyer update you on that, where we're at.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, we're going through the process of evaluating the extent of the damage. My understanding is the cameras look pretty well damaged beyond repair, but we're getting those evaluated. There's a control box that actually sits on the pole that has all the, what I call the brains of the system. as far as the connectivity, the router, and the modem and so forth. It gets the data from there to the server. And we believe that's going to be okay, which will be a savings of expense there. So whole shot. So we're looking at alternative, putting it back up. One of the alternatives is going to the shoulder. It's a more expensive prospect because you have to have 2 poles to hold the cameras, one for the eastbound and one for the westbound. And then there'll be an additional expense because each control box has to have connectivity. So we'll have to add expense of taking one side of the road and shooting the signal over to the other side and to the main controller. And so there's a little bit of additional expense there, but we're going through the process of evaluating the damage, looking to see. I talked with Marshall and he said that he may have some used poles that were taken down from another project that we may be able to utilize. So we're just looking at our options to get them back up, as quickly as we can, and looking at the expense. It's my understanding that the driver had no insurance, so we may be looking for John's assistance and maybe some legal action to recoup any kind of monetary loss that the city sustained. But that's the process we're going through right now, just to evaluate the damage, look at the best solution to go back online as quickly as we can and get them back up and running.
Yeah, I think our LPR cameras are a wonderful asset for our city and our community when it comes to the safety and security of our city and our community. So, yes, sir, I agree 100%. We need to get those up and operational as soon as possible.
So I can assure you it's a priority one in my office right now, getting those back up and taking care of business. So, in fact, I spent about an hour down at the site today taking some pictures of the current another feature that we're going to have, or another aspect that we're going to have to provide is power. So we had this pole in the median, which already had power for the street lights. And now if we set them on the shoulders, we're going to have to supply electric service to both poles. So there's going to be additional cost there. So I spent about an hour down at the site today looking and evaluating locations, locations of the closest access for power and trying to get an idea of how we can move forward. So it's on the list as the top priority again.
Is Public Works going to be assisting in that location of the poles and the electrical connections?
Absolutely. In fact, I've already reached out, or no, I should say Marshall's already reached out to me. I've spoken with Trace, and we're looking at the best solution. And I think my end of the project, I guess my best recommendation is going to the shoulders. And when you do that, you have to have a pole that's substantial enough that has an arm that goes out over the roadway to position the camera as best you can for the best optimal read. So again, that's a little bit more of expense because it's a more robust pole. So yeah, we're working with Public Works for exactly that. I'm sure there's some TDOT regulations about poles on the side of the road and right of ways and distance from the road and so forth. So we're just taking all that in consideration and figuring out the best approach.
All right, sir. I appreciate it. Anyone else have anything they'd like to add to the meeting?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir. Mr. Gilly.
if you don't mind, I just wanted to come on and publicly thank Malcolm Wilkinson and staff at Bluegrass Bar and Grill. We had a little fundraiser for the Santa Cop program. It's a lot different than usual this year. Something Alderman Brown and Mr. Bolt and I started a couple years ago. And, we couldn't have as big a crowd, but we still got over 100 toys and close to $1,000.
That's fantastic. Certainly do appreciate that.
Had several staff members contribute and a bunch of members of the community and Malcolm at Bluegrass. So appreciate that.
Yes, sir. That's wonderful news. Thank you.
I appreciate you doing that, Mr. Gilly. I attended and it was a fun time.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Great to hear that.
I think it was too much fun, but let's do it again next year.
Hey, hopefully I have a bigger crowd next year. Hopefully we'll be past this pandemic and things will be back to somewhat of a normal situation, I hope, in the near future. I hope
Maybe
so.
we'll all be vaccinated by then.
Maybe so, sir. Yes, sir.
Don't count on it. They're not giving 100, but 100 at a time. It's going to be a slow process.
It's going to be a moment. That's right. Yes, sir. Well, up here in Chicago, I will tell you this, that the majority of the people are wearing masks and keeping the 6 feet spacing, social distancing, and not really overcrowding the stores or anything else up here in Chicago where I've been around here at. And I've been basically in an apartment while I've been here, but I did go to the post office today and to one store. And my daughter, who is a nurse, was giving me some information regarding the situation here in Chicago. And she said if we just all do our part, we'll help shorten this thing. So that's what we got to do. So, anyways, Alderman Petrelli, do you have anything?
New Zealand's been case free ever since we left in March. I wish I could go back there, but obviously they're not letting Americans get anywhere right now, especially us from Tennessee.
We're considered a hot spot, believe it or not. Even here in Chicago, Tennesseans are considered a hot spot. So we have to be careful.
I heard a report on the news tonight that Tennessee's the second leading state with the numbers in the nation right now. We're number 2. Not good.
We got to turn the corner on that one. That's for sure. It'll take us all working together to do that. I just wish we could all get on the same page on defeating this, because it is a public safety issue, number 1. So, Alderman Petrelli, do you have Vice Chairman Petrelli? Do you have anything to say?
I don't. I just want to thank HFD and HPD for your service and wish you all a safe and blessed Christmas. Appreciate everything that y'all do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank y'all. Merry Christmas to you guys too. Be safe.
Thank y'all.
Yes, sir. Alderman Edwards, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Now I say congratulations on your appointment as chairman, and congratulations on your appointment as continuation as vice chairman. And I hope all public safety meetings can run this smoothly and non-contentious. So I wish all meetings ran this well.
I do too, sir. And we'll work toward that together. So do I have a motion? Anything else for this, for the good of this meeting? Or if not, we'll move to adjournment.
Also move.
All right, we have a motion for adjournment. Do we have a second?
Second.
All right, we have a motion that's been properly seconded. All in favor for adjournment, please say aye when I call your name. Alderman Edwards.
Aye.
Vice Chairman Petrelli.
Aye.
And the chair is aye as well. Thank you all, and may you have a blessed, safe Christmas holiday season. Thank you all, and thank you for your confidence. I appreciate it.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to everybody.
Thank
Take
you.
care, and if I can do anything for any of you, please let me know. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care. Be safe.